10 miles apart, two fires burn in the Front Range foothills tonight, with the potential to grow from scary into seriously destructive. Their close proximity is both a blessing and a curse, allowing firefighters the same planes and helicopters at their disposal to fight both fires. North side of Lyons in Boulder County is being evacuated as we speak. The Stone Creek fire burns north of town, and the fear is that a wind shift could send it racing back toward Lyons. The view from Sky 9 shows it likely got a home, if not two, before a furious string of airdrops came rolling in from the fire crews that were working a larger fire nearby in Larimer County. That fire was 85 acres before recent runs near Lyons. Easily upwards of 500 people have been told they need to leave home. We will go live to Lyons in a moment. First, I want to show you the evacuation areas. So Lyons is being cleared out from north of Broadway and east of 5th Avenue. But here you're seeing the big picture that shows that the evacuation areas for the fire in Lyons are clear up to the evacuation areas for the fire in Larimer County. That far larger fire doubled in size today, up to 3,500 acres. The Alexander Mountain Fire is moving west, north, and east at once. 3,000 to 4,000 people are evacuated from Glen Haven on the edge of the foothills, out to the edge of the foothills west of Loveland. The warnings that grew on the east and the west side of the flanks of the fire today are an indication of its spread. Firefighters say it is currently too dangerous to put people on the ground in that rough terrain to protect homes, and they know the fire is very close to some structures. They acknowledge there are only so many resources to go around, with Colorado and the wider West seeing a number of large fires.
We'll be having a night shift this evening, overnight, trying to do what we can, but we are facing a pretty significant shortage of resources nationally. Fortunately, we've had great support because of the potential impacts that this fire poses to the community around here.
The complex incident management team arrives tomorrow. They're experts on managing larger wildfires. They'll have access to more personnel and more resources. If the winds are to shift and to push both of those fires south, that's bad news on both. It could push the Alexander Mountain Fire in Larimer County over US 34, and it could turn the Stone Canyon Fire down toward Lyons. And all this, of course, at a time when Colorado's bone dry with low humidity. Meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen is joining us from south of Lyons, and you've been watching the winds and the fire for the last couple of hours. Corey, has that wind shift that firefighters feared actually happened?
Yeah, that wind shift has not happened just yet. That should happen late tonight. But one thing I have noticed is the winds have completely died down for now. We have calm to 1 to 2 mile per hour winds around the fire, and we've really noticed that the fire has reacted to that. There's a lot less smoke and a lot less flames visible from our area here south of Lyons, but the fire is still on the move. We've been watching this fire generally move straight to the north and slightly to the northeast. So as you're looking towards these big Steamboat Valley Road and Eagle Ridge Road runs straight back into that, and there are sparsely homes kind of sparsely lining each three of those roads as they go back into there. So the firefighters are trying to do their best to get ahead of that wind shift that they do anticipate, and this is exactly what we've been fearing for the last 2 very hot, dry months, and we don't need any data to tell that to any of these people around here, including the Boulder County Sheriff that spoke about that earlier today.
It's going to be hot, it's going to be dry, and we're in a red flag warning for the winds that are expected to pick up later today. So the conditions are about as bad as they can be for us to be fighting this fire.
So when he's talking about those winds, they've generally been light between the 15 to 30 mile per hour range. So that's comparatively to some of the fires that we've seen in the past, but that is still difficult conditions, and that will remain. They'll anticipate that wind shift. And Kyle, what they are really concerned about is the humidity levels in the single digits during the day, and they're not recharging overnight. So none of this vegetation out here is having an opportunity to draw in moisture overnight like it normally does.
That is meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen in Lyons for us. Corey, thank you.